Hi everyone, welcome to the ImaginAdventures Podcast. This is Mahina and I'm very happy to be with you again. How are you all doing? Are you having fun? Because today I would like to talk about the power of fun. It is something that we can take for granted, but having fun is also like a conscious decision that one must make every day on a daily basis to ensure that your day is as positive and as beautiful as it can be. Yes, of course, there are many instances where somebody makes a joke or you watch a funny movie, and this is funny, right? This is the definition of something being funny. However, there's also another aspect or dimension to the word fun, and it is definitely the ability to enjoy something, to enjoy, I would say, your life. And you actually have the power to choose to invite fun in your life. So believe it or not, you can have a fun life no matter what circumstances are outside, no matter what you're going through. By the way, when you're having fun, when you're enjoying something, it doesn't mean that let's say you're going through a rough path, or you've just lost a job, or somebody close to you is ill. It doesn't mean that you're not allowed to have fun. Having fun is a very personal experience, and it is something that you all deserve, that you can all have access to, and seriously that you should all harness the power of fun, because this is one of the keys to happiness, to have a happy life. And it is also something that you are instantly and subconsciously usually spreading. When you're having fun, when you're really enjoying something, you sparkle, your inner light radiates, and when it does, you're actually affecting others in a very positive way. As a quantum manifestation coach, I'm going to talk to you about fun on an energetic level. And in the same way, when you're having fun, when you're enjoying yourself, you are raising your vibration. You are emitting a stronger signal to the universe. You are raising your frequency. As you know, we are all vibrational beings, and each of us has his or her own frequency. But we can change that frequency, and it actually changes a lot throughout the day. And it's very easy, in today's world, because of all of the distractions that we have, all of the worries that we have. We actually live, I would say, 80%, probably more for a lot of people, in a constant state of fear. We are always experiencing the fight or flight response, and this has negative impact on our health, on other people, on our family life, on our career, and on the world, really. So in case you didn't know, there's something that's really important to remember. When you are stressed, when you are worried about a situation, about something that is about to happen, hasn't happened yet, or even when you remember something that didn't go well, your brain doesn't make the difference between what's real and what's not. So that means that for your brain, whether you imagine something that makes you feel really anxious, or you remember something that made you feel anxious, for your brain at that moment, it is happening now. So you're basically telling your brain, right now I'm in danger. And when you do that, you have your parasympathetic system, which is something in your body that reacts to your emotions and react to your thought. And what it basically does is it shuts down your less important organ. So let's say you are faced with a predator, a wolf or a bear, and you have to fight or to flight. So this is a fight or flight response. So what you're going to have to do is either you run away, so your body needs to be prepared to run. So basically the blood starts to stops flowing to part of your body, like your brain. It stops flowing to your intestine. It shuts down your digestive system, and it shuts down your reproductive system. And all of the blood and all of the energy that you have is going to be sent towards fighting or fleeing, okay? So this is the fight or flight response, and most of us are in a constant state of fear. This is also why a lot of people who, for example, want to, families who want to have a baby, for a lot of women, the more stressed they are, the less they're able to conceive, because the body is just in a fight or flight mood when they are really anxious. And so, your reproductive system is not as efficient. So just relax. Excuse me. And then, if one way to really remedy to that is to remember that you have the conscious choice of making a decision. You're able to make a decision every day to not live in that state of fear. It is very difficult to change that pattern, because this is what we've been brought up to believe. We're believing that we might lose our job tomorrow. We might, our partner might cheat on us. We might have some kind of catastrophe, and the world might end. And yes, anything is possible in life, but positive things, good things, happy things are also possible, but we don't always think about these things, and they are just as important to remember and think about as what we call the negative things. So when you are letting yourself being anxious, when you are getting carried away with feeling stressed and maybe even frustrated or angry or sad or down, you are lowering your vibration, your energetic vibration. So one very efficient way to instantly change it, to instantly raise it, is to just remember the word fun, and it's to find a way to make that moment, wherever you are, at whatever stage you are in your life or during the day, and just make it fun. So personally, what I do and what I recommend to do is, in the morning when you wake up, very interesting to do is to watch your thoughts. So when you wake up, just watch what's the first thought that you're thinking. Even have a little reminder on your alarm clock if you need to, because when you wake up, you won't necessarily be remembering that you need to watch your thought. But when you do that a few days in a row, then it will become automatic. Watch your thought. A lot of the time they will be negative, or they will be reminiscing about something that happened yesterday or the day before or the week before, or there will be something that has to do with something that is going to happen during the day, and usually it's something you're feeling anxious or worried about. So watch your thought, and then when you do, just be conscious of what they are. If they are positive, that's wonderful, but no matter what they are, you can right there and then make a conscious decision to just think to yourself, oh, how about I make today fun? And let's see how it feels. Or think about, what if I made everything that I do today fun? What if today was really fun? What if I had fun all day long doing what I have to do? What if I made everybody else's day more fun? Think about this. Just ask yourself these questions, just play around with these, and then just wake up and throughout the day, and I keep saying that, but at the beginning, for at least a month, put some alarm clock on your phone to remind you. It's it might sound a bit strange, but we need to be reminded at the beginning to do things that we're not used to doing, and in the end, it creates a new habit, and your brain, after about 21 days, that some people disagree at 28 days, some people say it's 60 days, but I would say for at least 21 days, put an alarm clock several times during the day that just reminds you to have fun, or have 3 different questions during the day. So the first question can be like, what I use is, I'm having fun today. So this is just an affirmation. And then the second time in the day that I used to do was, what can I do to make somebody else's day better or more fun? And then at the end of the day, I would have something like, did I have fun? What was fun about today? And I just remembered and reminisced the best part of my day. And that's something else that you can do. It's actually proven to have enormous health benefit, that before you go to sleep, before you fall asleep, when you're in bed, you're actually able to use your imagination to relive your day the way you want. So it might sound strange again, but let's say that you had an overall good day, but during that day you had a little argument with your brother, for example, over something very silly, or that your boss didn't get angry at you, but didn't congratulate you on something that you felt you kind of deserved a praise, or you wish you had been praised on. So that's what happened in the day. It wasn't an overly negative day, but it wasn't an overly positive day either. So what you can do is at night, before you go to sleep, you actually relive the day the way you wished it has happened. So you imagine you go through the same events that happened throughout the day, and then when it comes to having that conversation with your brother, you find a way to just turn it in a way that actually make you and him laugh about something, and the argument never happens. And you imagine that your boss smiles and really feels grateful and happy about your job, and say something that you wish you had heard. So for example, you're a really hard worker, congratulations, this is a great idea. So something like that. And it can be applied to anything, to any kind of event, at any time during the day, during the week. It can even be, you can even do that exercise and relive something that happened years ago. So something that I found with my clients anyway, so there was, for example, one person who couldn't get over a breakup and needed closure. So there was no way that person could get closure, because unfortunately she had lost her partner. He was gone. So the only way she could get closure was actually by using her imagination and just going back in time in her head and relive the moment when they separated in a way that both of her and her partner were able to express themselves and just say exactly what they were thinking, what they were feeling, why it wouldn't work, and how happy they were for each other, that now that they are going in separate ways. So it doesn't matter that it is your imagination. It actually is one of the things that we have been given by the universe, by God, by whatever higher power, and it is what I call a superpower. It is extraordinary. We have the opportunity to use our imagination to do these kind of things. And what happens when you do that is, it affects your memory, it affects your conscious and subconscious brain, and it really gives you the feeling that you want to feel. So you're able to take control, take charge of your life, even just by using your imagination. So, if you do that before bed and you relive any moment that way and make it fun, this is one way to work with the concept of having fun. Okay? Now, so you wake up in the day, or you wake up in the morning, and you make a conscious decision to have fun. Before you go to sleep, you also relive any moment, any part of your day, and make it the way you want it to be, or you wanted it to be. Don't feel sad that it didn't happen that way. Just feel happy that you're able to imagine that, and just think, oh my God, I'm actually able to imagine that, and this is fun. Okay? And then, yes, during the day, have your alarm set up and just come up with different ways to change your perspective every time something doesn't happen the way you want it, and just choose to find the positive, but also the fun part of this. So for example, if you're being told or asked to do something that you're not used to, you are being asked to step out of your comfort zone and you don't feel comfortable doing it. You're actually getting a little bit bitter because they chose you and not somebody else, and you feel a little bit resentful to the person that they chose you for something like that. You feel you have other things to do. You don't want to do that thing. Why are they asking you? Okay, so when you start to feel a little bit worked up like that, just stop, take a deep breath, and just try and think, okay, so I've been asked to do this. Obviously, I'm going to do it. Whether it's because you can't say no, because you're a people pleaser, try not to be. But if you really want to actually make someone else happy, do it. Do it with a willingness to do it. Or you have no choice. It's your boss, or it's somebody who is asking you to do something. You can't say no. Or it is a family member, and same thing. You've got to help someone do something, and you can't say no. You don't want to do it, but you can't say no. So when you're in these kind of situations, try and just change your perspective. Changing your perspective is very, very powerful, and it's very important, and it's something you can practice, and it's something that the more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. And it's going to literally change your life, because on an energetic level, again, it changes your vibration instantly. So what do you do to change your perspective? How do you do that? So it's a very personal process, but one thing you can do is, you see, for example, you're being asked to take someone to do their food shopping, because they can't go on their own, or you're doing the whole shopping for them. So you got a list and you have to go shopping, and there's going to be 30 minutes of traffic, and by the time you get home it's going to be dark, and you won't have time to spend time with your partner or with your children. So you are going to be doing this instead of doing something else that you might really enjoy. When you are about to get into the car, how about you just look at things from a different perspective? So you try to and I don't know, it can be anything that works for you, but for example, you just take the list and you look at the list of the things you need to buy, and for example, there are hydrating cream, and you think about the person who needs it, and you're like, actually, yeah, I feel compassion for that person. That person going to be so happy when they get that rehydration cream, because it's gonna be good for their skin. It's gonna make them feel better, so you feel a little bit better. You jump in the car, so you put the heater on or the air conditioning on, and you're comfortable. Then you start in the car, and you might get stuck in the traffic, but you decide to use that time to put a song on that you really like, and you start to sing along. Or you just look around at other drivers and have fun, be curious, just look at them and don't judge, but just look around. Or even look at the sky. A lot of us don't even look up during the day. How often we don't think about it actually, but we never look up. But looking at the clouds, looking at the bird, looking at the stars at night, all of these things, should be part of our routine. And the beautiful thing. So, find ways to just turn that thing that you've been told to do, that thing that you think or believe is negative, into something else, into, make it fun. And the good thing about thinking that sentence, make it fun, how do I make it fun, is that we all know how to have fun. We know that. We know what we like, we know what we enjoy, we know how we can turn a situation that we are not particularly enjoying into one that we can enjoy. Instinctively, we know that. So, play around with that instinct and just have fun, no matter what you're doing, wherever you are going, whoever you are being with. Obviously, when things are not going your way, you might get a little bit frustrated, and it's okay. Just accept that you can be frustrated. And then when you are in a slightly better place, just focus on having fun. How can you make today fun? So for me, it was absolutely fun. I had fun making that podcast for you guys. So I hope that you really enjoyed it. Remember, if you want to know more about me, you can go to my website, www.ImaginAdventures.com, and you can send me a message anytime. You can book a call anytime. Everybody who works with me has a 60-minute complimentary coaching session, and I'm very happy to, help you find ways to make your day or your life or your week or whatever it is that you want more fun, and just transform your life on a quantum, take a quantum leap and transform your life on a different and energetic level. So this was for today. I hope you will have a wonderful week ahead and a beautiful, beautiful day and evening wherever you are. So